But we really want to get moving here and get ready to play a match tomorrow. I thought the key tonight was a college volleyball team taking the things that they had worked on all week long, the adjustments that we needed to make and some of the things that we had to do to defend and score and then execute it in a near-flawless manner. It was a great performance by our volleyball team. Illinois is a great team, super well coached. I don't know if there's a better coach in the country than Kevin Hamley, and not to mention first-class guy. And they're big and physical, and we felt like there were some things we had to do, but telling a team this is what you have to do and how to do it, and then them going out and doing it are two totally different things, but they did it tonight. And we're thrilled to be advancing in this tournament, and it's just too bad that the Big Ten teams have to run into each other at some point in time. But Illinois is a great team. Tonight, our kids just executed their fannies off.
Val, the first set, you guys were behind and you guys rallied and won. How much momentum swing was that for you guys winning the second set?
I think it was huge. We kind of focused on heart and execution as the way we're going to win this match. Like, Big Ten teams are going to be pretty fairly equal in like physical ability. So with heart and determination, I think we won that first set.
Kat, you came out kind of on fire. And I know they call you Big Match Cat. What is it about these big moments that seems to be when you really step up and play your best?
I don't know. I just think you get in a zone and, you could lose and go home. It's my senior year, and I want to keep playing, so all in.
How important is that? Because you're the fifth-year senior up here, and the next time you lose, it's going to be the last time you're on the court. So
Yeah,
how much motivation is that?
It's a huge motivation for our team, and it's just really big, and we want to go all the way. Seattle.
The blocking, I think eventually you guys started to really read what they were doing well, and you and Annie set up a big block there a couple times in the crucial third set. Just kind of talk about the approach, and you know them so well. Was that pretty helpful going into tonight?
I think it was really helpful playing them twice this year in the Big Ten season, and then going through their lineup and their rotations during practice and working on their tempo and everything. And we have great coaches and they have great drills for us to work on their tempo and everything. So I think it's definitely not just practice, but us executing. I think we executed tonight.
The balance of the offense tonight, I think, was a huge thing for you guys. Looks like 5 players here with at least 6 kills. How important was that to make sure that everybody was involved tonight and not having somebody go off for 17, 20 kills? Instead, it was 9, 9, 9, 6, 7.
It just makes us a lot harder to defend and a lot harder to predict. So I think that if we continue to spread the offense and have a balanced offense, then we will be harder to beat.
I mean, obviously you had the big first set. Is that kind of just the way you see things here? Is anybody can step up and have their big moment, and it was your kind of time to shine early, and then I think Sam had a big moment there at the end of the third set, and so forth and so on.
Yes, definitely. Our setters did a great job of mixing it up and got us all good opportunities to take a rub at the ball. So I thought they did a very good job, and everyone was on their game and executed for sure.
For Carly, she had 5 receive errors in that first set.
Carly's,
I thought at one point she was going to get double-digit assists. I mean,
well, one thing, she did a great job of setting the second ball. She really did a terrific job of stepping in with great confidence and giving our right side players a terrific ball to hit. And it was very uncharacteristic for her to have that many reception errors. And you know Carly well enough that sometimes she gets a little too jacked up. And she might have been a little bit that way in game 1, but she did a real nice job recovering and getting into her playing zone. And we made some adjustments with her defensively where she was playing, and I thought she did a terrific job of being disciplined and staying in that position and digging a lot of balls. And between Carly and our 2 middle back players, it was a defensive showcase. I mean, it was for a guy that really loves defense. I was in hog heaven watching those guys play.
Is it important to have Carly, who has sitting experience in that libero position, because of what happened tonight?
Well, I mean, you want to make sure you've got somebody who can set that second ball, because that's the way our system is designed for her to step in, and she does it with great confidence. And there have been some nights recently where she hasn't been quite as good, and so we've put some extra time into her getting some of that confidence back, because sometimes, depending on how the game's being officiated, if the ball spins a little bit funny, they're going to call it, and so you never know, and that can really get into the mind of both setters and liberos when they set the ball.
Was there a particular point of emphasis? You come into Champaign, come to Huck Hall, and spoke the last time around. Was there a particular point of emphasis in preparing for this rematch?
Well, we felt like Criswell absolutely destroyed us last time we played, and we didn't think that we really made a good showing. A lot of that was I thought that they were playing with such purpose at that point in time, and we were in the worst part of our season as far as where we were playing, and they just took it right at us. And the first thing we decided was we weren't going to let that happen again. And so we certainly made some blocking adjustments. They set the highest tempo ball in the country, and it makes it really difficult to get used to that tempo, and your blockers can be really early, and they're coming down, and they're getting destroyed, and they're hitting balls off your hands out of bounds. And so the one thing we worked on the most is what the girls have kind of alluded to, was making sure that we did a better job with their tempo. And when you've got all week to prepare for that, that's an advantage. The last time we played them, we were at Northwestern Friday night, and we're playing here on Saturday. You don't have as much time. You can tell them and talk to them about it and go through an hour practice, but you don't have that time, ample time, for them to really understand what that means.
David mentioned how much experience is on this team, but this is your first year really playing. So what's it been like for you to be in a situation where you can lean on them? Has that kind of helped you this year?
I think it definitely has. Like, everybody on the team has had experience in the NCAA tournament, like way more than I have. So it's like nice to have like the role models, Val and Kat, and the rest of the seniors like being there to help me like get rid of the nerves and like make myself like calm and play like I know how to play, and I know how to play volleyball, and they all know that, and so they're all there to help me, for me to lean on. So I appreciate that from them.
And Dave, Kelly said earlier he didn't care if he's playing Eskimos tomorrow because there's a trip to the Final Four on the line. But now that the matchup is set, how special is it that, you know, this is a guy you know very well, and there's a lot of respect between these two coaching staffs. You're playing each other for a
Well,
chance to go to the Final Four.
first and foremost, he's the coach of the year in this country. I mean, if he hasn't earned that by now, by coming into a program and hadn't been to the NCAA tournament in Wisconsin years, almost a lifetime for them, okay, because they've got such a great history. And to come in the first year and be in the Elite Eight and finish, I think, maybe fifth in the Big Ten, or fourth in the Big Ten in a really tough year, he's remarkable. And trust me, 15 years ago, nobody saw it coming, okay? Just what I told him I walked out and I said, 15 years ago, Chef, who'd have believed it, that we'd be playing this match? I was coaching a high school team, and I don't know where Chef was, but neither one of us were pointed in this direction. So he's done a great job. But that part of it's over, okay? I mean, you know, we like each other. He's a funny guy, and he's done a great job. But it won't be considered tomorrow when we play, except he knows me and I know him. Okay, so, and we know our teams, each other's teams, so that will come into play quite a bit. But as far as the fuzzy, cuddly stuff, there won't be a whole lot of that going on. Frankly, we played at a very high level. I mean, to ask these guys to go out and play better than that tomorrow, we might do it. But I'd like that performance bottled up and go out and do it again. The intensity level was really good. And that's the one trademark for Wisconsin is how hard they play, how tough they are, how they compete, how defensively determined they are. Kind of the same trademark that our team is. So it could be a real war. Last time we played, nobody could walk when the match was over. It was a 5-game match, lasted about 2 hours and 40 minutes, and it was a Texas death match. So it would be great to see another one of those, because I think that's what those two teams deserve. And at this point in time, you just lace them up and let the fur fly.